Hello and welcome to today's demo jam from the AppExchange. My name is Jeff Gross and I'm a Salesforce MVP. I've got along with me today two of my favorite co-hosts. It's Joshua Hoskins and Amanda Nelson from the AppExchange. Hello, you two. How are you today on this fine March day?
I'm great. How are you, Amanda? How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. I'm very excited for this demo jam. What's the topic this time? What are we going to see?
This
Yes,
time
do tell.
exactly. We got sales apps. Springtime sales apps is what we've got today. And our audience, you can follow along with the hashtag Demo Jam on Twitter. And who you're going to hear from today, it's some of our favorites. We've got OwnBackup, Copado, Ascent Cloud, Adobe, and LeanData. But before we can jump into this, Joshua, why don't you tell everybody about the rules of a demo jam?
Absolutely. The rules are short, simple, and sweet. Every demo jam contestant gets 3 minutes and 3 minutes only. They can use 0 slides, 0 zilch, none. And as always, there will be one demo jam winner at the end who will have bragging rights and also the trophy for today's demo jam, which will be shipped to their home where they can post it on a shelf and, of course, have those bragging rights. Those are the rules, Jeff.
Well, I tell you what, those trophies are impressive. So good luck to all of our contestants today. And to kick things off, I'm going to start out by introducing Adobe Sign. Adobe Sign is the global leader in secure digital documents, powering employee and customer experiences for more than 75% of the Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies. That's even more. Adobe Sign delivers 100% paperless processes to keep your business moving, even with remote workforces and global sites. You know what? On top of that, Adobe Sign has delivered the newest integration with the fastest growing Salesforce product. It's work.com. And it works across every Salesforce cloud, from Sales Cloud to Experience Cloud, CPQ, Health Cloud, even Financial Service Cloud. So, result, exceptional customer experience, improved business efficiency, and unparalleled productivity, which everybody is looking for today. So without any further ado, Jonathan, hey, you're my demoer out there today. How you feeling?
Absolutely. Feel good. Feel good.
Oh,
Ready to rock.
all right. Well, Jonathan, I am going to give you your 3 minutes. It begins now. Good luck.
Thank you. And so for today's demonstration, we're going to look at how Adobe Sign brings the tools you need, Adobe Sign, to where business gets done right within Salesforce. All streamlined, easy to use for everyone involved. So let's start with an opportunity. I'll go into Burlingame Textiles here, and I'm going to draw your attention to 3 things on this page. 1, the stage. We're in qualification. That's going to move along over the course of the next 3 minutes. The order number down here, it's blank. I collected Jeff's bank pin earlier. We're going to use that. It's going to fill in here automatically. We need to collect that while we sign. And then over here, we have the built-in Lightning component for Adobe Sign. It's so easy. We bring the tools you need to where your business gets done. So we click down, and we have templates available, making sure that you send your documents correctly the first time and every time. So we'll click Client Services Agreement. It's going to bring up that next page, and we can already see the magic happening. We can see the primary contact was brought in as the signer, some instructions. We have our Word document. Yes, we're Adobe, but we handle all document types, not just PDF. And it pulled it right from that Salesforce file library. We can even see a post-sign redirect URL. We'll learn more about that in a moment when we take a view of our signer. And we're ready to go. We just click send. Important note, we don't have to show this screen. Most of our customers don't. But for the demo, it's really nice to see where the power comes in and see this stage of the process. So I click send. It sends the agreement out. We get confirmation. I can see it's out for signature. But this is the agreement page, right? This is that special page for Adobe Sign. Even in the opportunity, we're going to see it's out for signature. And look, that stage has already changed. We're now in proposal because we've sent out the agreement. So we'll switch hats. We'll take the role of Sarah Tran. Sarah doesn't need any specific software or logins. All she needs is access to her email. And usually I would do this on a mobile device, tablet, similar, but 3 minutes is quite the restriction. So we have it right in another browser here. She clicks to review and sign, into her email rather, where she's invited to review and sign. She can click in, gets her special instructions. For the PO number, we're just going to go ahead and enter in Jeff's bank pin, 654321. Super secretive, I know. Click next. It's a guided experience. Her signature's on file, of course, for the demo jam. Just makes it easier. And notice when she clicks to sign, it's not going to say thank you for signing or thank you for using Adobe. It's going to take her to a specialty page built just for her or just for her company with the next steps of her customer journey. You get to control that customer experience, drive them toward a delightful engagement, not just boring paperwork. Back in Salesforce, of course, pop the champagne. The stage is closed and won. We can see the document signed. And if we click in, we get all the steps here, bringing the tools you need to where business gets done, as the elephant goes.
Exactly. So, Jonathan, I tell you, that was a tough one to demo within that time. I know you even mentioned it in there that this is normally something, hey, Adobe Sign makes it fast for people, but hey, 3 minutes is even a faster test of this. But you know what I liked about this is you not only showed us the intermediate step that a lot of folks will go ahead and skip, but for the purpose of really understanding what's happening inside of the Salesforce record, what are we pulling in? What do we need to have in there? And you're going to pre-select a lot of these things based on the type of agreement that you're sending out. But you have this chance to be able to see how it works, and the configurability of this is tremendous because now, even as you said, it's not all about just PDFs. You can go ahead and send it out in whatever format you need, and you're updating Salesforce all along the way. So getting that in 3 minutes was a challenge. You came right about to the line there, but good stuff. And I actually want to turn it over to Amanda to see what an audience question is for Adobe Sign today.
Yeah, great job, great demo. The audience question is, with all this functionality and features, how does Adobe Sign differ from other investments or signature solutions?
Yeah, it's a great question about why people would choose us over, because there's a lot of competition in the signature space. And we see a lot of customers switch to Adobe Sign or choose Adobe Sign because of the ease of our no-code integration. What you saw here today didn't involve any coding, and it was built right on that Force.com platform. With sample templates built in, Adobe Sign's easy to roll out, scales to your enterprise business. For one enterprise license, you can roll out with integrations across multiple products as well at no extra cost. So really easy, no code, built in Force.com. Salesforce administrators, the back end of this looks exactly like every other Salesforce admin page that you'd ever see. So
Hey,
just
Jonathan,
so straightforward and easy.
I'll just
Yes.
give you a little hint here. If you want to use this phrase, even Jeff could do it because Jeff's not a developer. You can use that because that means that I can do this. So I could go out on the AppExchange, install it, use it, and make my company very successful.
I think we're going to put that as a banner, especially with your new goatee. Just even Jeff could do it. Yeah.
You know, it's like just even if a caveman could do it, and I am that caveman. So thank you so much, Jonathan. You did a great job with the demo. Joshua, I want to give it over to you for our next contestant today.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Great demo. Next up, we have LevelEleven. LevelEleven gives sales leaders the ability to drive behaviors that drive results through robust sales performance management solutions. LevelEleven offers a multitude of features built to help teams motivate what matters, including performance scorecards, gamification, conversion insights, and also leaderboards. And as an added bonus, LevelEleven is a native Salesforce app. So guess what? Everything's built inside of Salesforce. Today with us, we are joined by Ben and David, who are going to give us a demo in just 3 minutes or less. Are both of you ready?
Yes.
All right,
Ready.
We can hear you loud and clear. Your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, the past year has been a time of change and learning for many of us. However, organizations are struggling to foster a sense of community in the work from home reality. David, what are the creative ways you've seen LevelEleven use to bring teams together in the remote workplace?
Yeah, great question. LevelEleven has always been focused on performance management through scorecard metrics, contests, and coaching. My customers often ask how they can engage their teams to spark productivity and promote healthy competition. Here we're looking at the scorecard, which offers team members insight into their performance. We can give progress towards goals and each of their aligned metrics. I can even see how I compare against my teammates through the leaderboard. Now, moving over to my manager scorecard, you'll notice this is a completely different set of metrics. as this is my inside team. And I like to think of the metrics as a flow from left to right, and that the number of outbound calls, it flows into qualified opportunities. Now, a new component that has been getting a lot of attention is our conversion insights. This is a dynamic calculator that allows for me to play what-if scenarios. By measuring the relationship of actual and potential metric values in a cascading model, by subtly tweaking the values and conversion rates, you can build a strategy for achieving big picture goals. Now, taking a look at my manager, at my team member view, as a manager, I can see how well they are performing against their goals. Green is good, red is bad, and blue is right on pace. Consistent and regular coaching is paramount in development, especially now that everyone works from home. I can see Daryl needs some help. Selecting his scorecard, I can see what he sees and how I can help develop his skills. By selecting a coaching note, we can capture the details of the session. I include his activity snapshot for reference, and we can even add action items with due dates, which automatically create tasks within Salesforce. Ben?
That's great, David. You also mentioned contests. Can you explain how you might use LevelEleven to drive healthy competition?
Can do. And I'm not sure if anyone has noticed how competitive salespeople can be. LevelEleven contests can be run for any duration and on any metric. So really, the only limit here is your imagination. And being a native application within Salesforce, contests can be created against any day-to-day behavior. You can even push updates and results to a customized broadcast.
That's great, David. Sorry, great overview. However, you mentioned a phrase there that I think is really important to this audience: Salesforce native.
Yeah, being a native application allows LevelEleven to exist as a first-class resident within Salesforce. With our handy-dandy Lightning components that can literally go on any page, users can be made aware of their progress related to metrics and contests within Salesforce. Add this to our Channel 11 broadcast, and you can keep everyone up to date.
Removing the need to jump between applications is important, especially with all the distractions while we work.
And we're out of time. You almost made it.
Yeah.
But you had an amazing demo to show. I just want to break it down for the audience. There were a lot of key points. Yes, we are in a very strange world right now. And what's interesting is that we all have to figure out innovative ways to keep people engaged. And I think I want to hone in on healthy competition. Gamification and any type of interaction with other people is so very important. And like, who doesn't want a little bit of bragging rights these days? And so the ability to tie all of that action together in an area where people can actually manage their progress, but also give the managers the ability to manage their team at a very high level, depending on how many people they have, seeing very clear indicators, red, yellow, green. Taking that a step forward, being able to manage those opportunities for improvements is also a very critical task. And I feel like this is where most solutions fall short, is they basically have great representations, but it's how do you action it? And the fact that you've actually thought about how you action it, how you store that in Salesforce, and how you make it scalable to anything across the platform is truly an admin's dream. So thank you so very much for sharing what you did today.
No problems.
Amanda, what questions do we have out there for these folks?
Sure. So the question is, we've heard LevelEleven, we heard Ascent Cloud. Can you kind of share what the difference is? Because a lot of us are familiar with LevelEleven from, long time ago on the AppExchange. So can you share a bit more about that?
It's true. Ascent Cloud is a new name out there. This sort of happened basically just before the pandemic started, about a year ago. It was the amalgamation of two long-term Salesforce applications, one being LevelEleven, the other one GeoPoint, which may be familiar to a number of people out there. So yeah, we're bringing those applications together under one roof, trying to align people to outcomes still. And yeah, we've got other plans for new things coming in the future, all integrated with Salesforce. So looking forward to the future.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Ben and David, for your great demo. Good luck. Jeff, who do we have up next?
Today, the next up is Copado. Copado is the cream of the crop native DevOps platform for Salesforce. They enable faster, error-free digital and cloud deployments and upgrades with continuous integration technologies, which is really important to lots of developer organizations. And they do agile cloud release management. All this in an enterprise class developer platform that's 100% native to Salesforce and fully integrated to Salesforce DX and Salesforce clouds. Today, I've got with me John and Marcus. Let's go ahead and see John and Marcus's screens, or at least one of them. And let's see here. There we go. We're starting to see it. So, John, are you out there and are you ready to go?
I am, yes. Thank you. Ready to go whenever you are.
All right, fantastic. Your 3 minutes begins now. Good luck.
Thank you. All right, so today our sales teams heavily rely on configuration changes in Salesforce in order to shorten their sales cycles. Those of you that are making changes to Salesforce probably have a release flow that looks something like this: number of dev boxes, feeding into integration, UAT, and then production. Now, as you push your Salesforce sales app changes upstream with Copado, you'll be able to test your changes and resolve conflicts. Not to mention, all Git operations will be automated in the background, so forget about the pain of dealing with a version control system. In Copado, we commit our work against user story records that have been synced from systems like Jira, Rally, and other ALM tools. Here's an example of a user story with all of the requirements to inform my work. And we always know where the work is being done and where it needs to be deployed to next. And this gets everyone to follow a consistent merge process. Once I've finished creating my sales app's custom fields, objects, etc. in Dev 1, I simply commit my changes by selecting this button. At which point, I'm presented with the metadata grid. This is where I can easily find my changes and commit them or link them to the user story. The user story will then be the vehicle to deploy these changes through the pipeline. Now, if anyone's worked with change sets before, this is going to feel similar, but it's much faster and more intuitive. And we're assembling changes that will be committed to version control through points and clicks, so any role can begin using this right away. So for example, I can search for my changes that I want to commit in a myriad of ways. I may search by last modified date, by metadata type, or by simply typing the name here. And once I've selected those changes, I can easily commit them with the Commit Changes button in the top right. And that's it. Copado will now create a feature branch in your company's Git repository for these changes. And once we've committed these changes, they'll also be logged against the user story in the sub-tab labeled Commits. And Copado will automatically flag any potential conflicts so your team members can resolve them early in the process. I can also run a series of tests from this drop-down button in the top right. But for this example, let's assume that our work is done, it's all good, and we're ready to deploy these changes upstream. To do so, I would come to the Pipeline Manager. And here I can take a look at Dev 1, and it shows all of the user stories ready to be promoted to the next environment. In this case, there's 8. I would click into that, and here I could either select all or cherry pick what I'd like to deploy, and when ready, kick that off with this in the top right, this button, to promote. And that's it. They're on their way. And because we are 100% native to Salesforce, everything is captured, all the activities, which allows us to provide insights into trends, the performance of our teams, not only overview, but for planning, for development, and for deployment. Now that we've moved these required changes to integration, we can quickly deploy to UAT and production, and our sales teams can get back to driving their opportunities through the sales cycle.
There we go. Wow. Now, I wish we had a 6-minute demo jam version, because I would have wanted to get into those dashboards, because you showed some pretty cool looking visualizations of the changes that were going on. But here's what I know from working with Salesforce for 16 years. It's always been a lot of work moving things from one environment to another, and being able to deliver on each of the user stories and how you're building that out as entire releases, and then managing it from one environment to another and rolling back changes. Copado seems to have such a robust feature set to be able to grab all of that, document it properly, ensure that you roll it out, you document it in each of the different places it needs to be, and ensuring that you have everything working together. So yeah, sure wish I had this a long time ago, being able to use it, because it is that challenge of moving things from one org to another, making sure they match up. But hey, this is good stuff. And again, I like that visualization. We should get into that another time and see what each of those means, because not only are they colorful, but they're extremely meaningful to show you how it's been building out over time and ensuring that you have the similarity between one environment and the other. So Without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Amanda to see what's our audience question today.
Thanks, Jeff, and good job, John. The question is, can Copado deploy more than just metadata changes, or do you have the ability to move relational data for managed packages like CPQ?
No, good question. Absolutely. Copado has a module called Data Deploy, where you can deploy configuration records for managed packages such as CPQ, Encino, CloudSense, while keeping all of the complex relationships intact between those objects. So yes, we do.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, first off, thank you so much for the Copado team for being here. Joshua, who's next?
Cool. Thanks so much, Jeff. Next up, we have LeanData. LeanData is the leader in matching, routing, and engagement solutions. LeanData connects data to the right people so that reps get the leads, contacts, accounts, and opportunities they need to close more deals and drive more revenue faster. With us today, we are joined by Marshall, who's a senior solution consultant, and he's just going to show us how to consume all of those goodies for our Salesforce admins in 3 minutes or less. Isn't that right, Marshall?
I will do my best. There's a lot going on under the hood here at LeanData, but we will get to what we can.
All right, over to you. Your 3 minutes starts now. Good luck.
Great. So as he said, I'm Marshall Clark. I'm a solutions consultant at LeanData, and I want to talk about the great big curveball that we were all thrown last year. The pandemic affected us all differently, but in sales, we had to deal with downsizing, shifting priorities, personnel changes, even new product launches. Rather than just go in and try and build out an entire go-to-market strategy in LeanData, I'm going to talk about one customer in particular, and I'm going to juggle while I'm telling this story. So this customer happened to, when the first round of shelter-in-place orders started going in, they were hit with a huge influx of new inbound leads. I know what you're thinking, like, oh no, my business is booming in the middle of a pandemic. Yes, it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem nonetheless. Because if your processes are set up to handle X volume, and you're suddenly having to deal with 2X or 3X, you're going to have some issues. Like any good sales team, they updated their go-to-market strategy to accommodate. And like any good sales team, they had tools in place to help them actualize those new strategies. They had custom code, process builders, assignment rules, all of which would need to be updated in order to accommodate the strategy changes. A process which usually takes weeks. Now, how many leads would go cold waiting for these changes to occur? How many opportunities would go stale while they're still operating under the old way? And can you imagine that? The tools that you're using being the thing that are supposed to help you execute on your strategy being what holds you back? And enter LeanData, which they went live with in March of last year. LeanData built our matching and routing technology to be scalable, flexible, and easy to understand. Whether they needed to accommodate new product launches or add new people to a queue as soon as they were hired, we allow our changes to be made in hours instead of weeks. Now, if you're paying attention to the story instead of what I was doing, let me recap for you. I added 4 people to an existing round robin pool, then assigned that round robin pool to handle any lead that comes in through a new product webinar campaign, all in about 2 minutes. Imagine what we could do in an hour. In sales, you need to be able to pivot at a moment's notice, whether you're trying to accommodate explosive growth or adapt your strategies for lean times and make every available resource count. LeanData is a critical component to your tech stack. We enable you and your business to react quickly to all the curveballs life might throw at you.
Awesome. Definitely in there under 3 minutes. So thanks a lot, Marshall, for getting it in under 3 minutes. The one word that comes to mind for me when looking at the solution that you showed us today is flexibility and also speed. The pure fact that you're able to, one, configure a workflow and talk at the same time is something that I could not do at the same time, so kudos to you. But all of those rules and the flexibility right there on the screen that enabled you to be able to scale the number of people that you could have to a new lead flow. And also, I'd like to compliment on the visual flow that you have of everything. I think it's one thing to be able to configure those rules, but it is also another thing to be able to understand current state and then what needs to be added or what needs to be changed, and able to version those different types of flows is really helpful for transparency and also traceability when maybe leads go missing or leads get moved to a different place. It always really helps to be able to go back to the version just in case you make a mistake.
Exactly.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Marshall. What questions out there do we have for LeanData, Amanda?
Yes, and it's so true. We can work from anywhere. I am actually working in Paradise right now in Florida. So Marshall's background and my background are very similar. The question for LeanData, does LeanData have any integrations that might help integrate into or with a tech stack?
Yeah, great question. Because LeanData is a Salesforce native application, we play well with anything else in your tech stack, from the marketing automation and the enrichment tools that collect your and enrich your data, to the sales engagement and the business intelligence tools. As for direct integrations, we have nodes that you can add into your lead routers to drop someone into an outreach or a SalesLoft email sequence. We also have a direct integration with Slack, so that as part of your process, you can assign a lead out and then send the new owner a Slack notification.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate your demo today, Marshall. I want to invite everyone to stay tuned. You'll have an opportunity to vote very, very shortly for the best Demo Jam contestant that you've seen today. And now I'll throw it back over to you, Jeff.
Fantastic. Thanks, Joshua. Our last demo today comes from OwnBackup. OwnBackup is the top-notch cloud data protection platform for Salesforce. They provide secure, automated daily backups of all of your critical SaaS data, as well as sophisticated data comparison and restore tools for disaster recovery and business continuity. And every one of us have had to change our continuity as well as our disaster recovery processes in the last year. Well, this is one way that if you're not doing it already with OwnBackup, I think you need to check out this demo and see how they'd be able to help you. So Winfield, I know we got you with us here today. Let's see your screen.
Sure. Get that going.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We see it now, Winfield. I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 minutes. Good luck.
All right. Okay. I am John, the admin at Badger Health. Great day to be an admin here again. And let me just check my email here. Alert from OwnBackup. Alert. 135 patients were deleted. That's got to be more than double than what we needed to do for the dedupe last night. Oh, the new guy. Teddy Workbench doesn't really know. Man, this is not good. Oh my God, there's so many vaccines we have to get out there. Let me just check in Salesforce if there are any patients. And oh man, okay. Well, there are no patients. We need to be able to restore this. And man, this new guy really messed up. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. What's? Yeah. No, I got it. I know you deleted. That was the dedupe last night, right? Yeah. I luckily we have OwnBackup. I was able to jump on it before you did. So I'm going to switch over to OwnBackup right now. I'm going to walk you through how this works. We're going to be able to click on our actual production data and view what's going on. Man, I can't believe you're doing this right now. We're going to check for patients, which is what you deleted. And we're going to verify that that's actually happening. And as soon as we're able to identify that, yep, big red spike. Congratulations. You deleted 135 right before we're supposed to get all of the vaccines shipped out. We haven't even ordered them, and now we need them. So let's run a restore job right from here. I'm going to be able to save your behind. I know you don't want to lose your job, so we're going to help you here. We're going to be able to search once again on that patient record, and we can run a restore right from here. So I'm going to get that going just to make sure we can understand what's going on. And okay, well, not just the patients, but I know there's relationships. I know there's relationships. And you can see here that we have appointments. We have the vaccine orders themselves. We have even allergies. So if we have to change those, they're not in Salesforce at all. We need to bring all of this back. When are these appointments for? Next week? Oh my God. Okay. You know what? Let's restore right now. Let's start bringing this back into Salesforce. And you really dodged the bullet with this one because we can get it done very quickly, not like your last job where it took 2 weeks. So we're going to kick this off. And, you know, I actually got an idea of what happened before you called me just a few seconds ago. And I know why. Because I actually set up a smart alert on OwnBackup. And I was able to identify that you set one up on patients here. So I jumped on top of it. You know, while we're at it, let's set one for vaccines just to make sure you're not destroying that either. Okay, well, looks like the restore job is done. All right, let's go back to Salesforce and verify that. Let's refresh this page here. And yeah, we're good to go. We've got the vaccines. We've got the patients themselves and everything else that's needed. So thank you, OwnBackup, for saving the day. Tell the doctors we're all good.
No kidding. You know, Winfield, you just saved the day here. And not only did I have to smile on account of your rapid deleter there, but the fact that you actually were able to restore and see all of those relationships, because the pain that it would be to go back and recursively figure out all of the related records, should I be restoring them? The fact that you had it immediately there, you had the proactive notification to understand, hey, these are things that are probably outside the norm. We probably, you know, you didn't expect it to go beyond the whatever is, you know, half is the normal dedupe effort. And being able to not only see that proactive notification, go in there and see, hey, patients, how many have we deleted recently? Zoom, there's that spike. And the fact that you're able to get all those related records, fantastic. Good stuff. Again, these are things that I wish I had when I was a Salesforce administrator at a company, because probably could have saved me a lot of time back then. Good stuff. Well,
Many years ago, Jeff, right?
yes, many years ago. So I'm not going to say how many. Well, Amanda, what do we have for OwnBackup today?
Yeah, and many Salesforce admins will come into interviews and jobs and say, these are the apps I want. These are the apps that are important in an org, and do you have them? And it is so true that the apps that help you really make a huge difference in your day-to-day job as an admin. So great demo. The question is, in addition to the relevant vaccine management experience, what are some other use cases that you've seen of using OwnBackup?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I don't want to put out there that, you know, deletions should be happening every 2 weeks. No one wants that. But OwnBackup is able to help not only in those perspectives, but being able to compare your data as well. It's not always deletions. A lot of the times it's mass updates. Let's say, for example, on contacts, being able to compare, assess that damage, and be able to analyze it. Once you're done, you can restore, of course. And then there's some other offerings, of course, that OwnBackup can help with, as you saw, something like the Smart Alert. So it's not just for the health. It works for sales. It works for services, especially with cases. So it really just touches up on however you're using Salesforce. OwnBackup can definitely adapt itself to work with you.
Well, awesome job, Winfield. You saved the day today and showed us it in 3 minutes or less. So without further ado, Joshua, why don't we get on to what's next here? We've seen our 5 demos.
And there it is, something on the screen I'd like to share with everyone. Oh my gosh, there's Abby. Amanda, would you like to tell us about the slide?
Yes, go ahead now. Voting is open. If you're watching this video on March 18th, you can vote until March 19th at this link. Go ahead and type it in, or you can use the QR code. Voting is open for 24 hours. We will announce the winner on March 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So get voting. Well, that is it for the Demo Jam today. All of these apps are available on appdemojam.com. We could not thank you enough for your interest in these apps. We've received over 8 million installs, I believe over 9 million now. And all of these peer reviews and installs couldn't be done without you. So thank you all so much, our customers. Hope you enjoyed the demos. Check out appdemojam.com for all of them, and #DemoJam on Twitter to see the action. Thank you.